What are the key takeaways, therefore, for the next 5 to 10 years as to what we can expect from China?
Well, Mandy, you mentioned I was China director for President Bush and stayed into the transition with President Obama as well. This is a very different style of leadership here that we're seeing under President Xi. It was collective leadership. As you mentioned, there was a clean sweep here by President Xi Jinping. A key question that was going into the 20th Party Congress was whether we could see through the personnel selections an attempt to balance Xi Jinping's power, or was he going to run the table? And it's pretty clear he ran the table. But the China Youth League is very interesting because this is what Hu Jintao, previous president, was affiliated with. And the influence of the Chinese Youth League we have seen go down considerably through anti-corruption purges. But nonetheless, it was important to see if some of those China Youth League members were promoted or would stay into the standing committee. Wang Yang and Li Keqiang, both young enough to stay in the standing committee, were asked to retire. And then, of course, Hu Chunhua, that was a big name, protege of Hu Jintao, was in the Politburo, expected to be elevated into the standing committee, and he was demoted out of the Politburo. So you can see clearly, as you said, Mandy, a clean sweep for Xi Jinping. But the symbolism and the optics of this, which is a break from the previous style of leadership, collective leadership, reform and opening era of Deng Xiaoping, that is behind us now. We're under a new era of under Xi Jinping's leadership.
And of course, to our mind in democracies, we feel that it can be risky, therefore, to have no opposing voices. And if there were opposing voices, there might be some of them who say, but hang on, what about the economy? Well, it didn't seem as if there was a lot of focus on the challenges that are facing the economy right now. We were speaking with David Kuo a moment ago, Paul. I don't know whether you had a chance to hear, but he was saying he was worried about whether or not the focus now on common prosperity might lead to a period of common poverty. What do you think?
Well, I think that one of the things that you can tell is all of the 6 members of the standing committee that Xi has with him now are all allies of his, political allies, and I can be assured that they will be focused on helping President Xi achieve, first and foremost, his political and ideological goals. They're not technocrats. They're not reformers that will push for change. I don't expect that they're going to put economic growth at the top of the list in terms of priorities. And I don't think that bodes well, particularly for the private sector in China, for foreign business community, who I think were looking for signs of more economic pragmatism, less statist approach to the economy that we've seen. Under this leadership lineup, I think you're going to see national security, you're going to see social stability, you're going to see the party's political security will take priority over some of the policies, including economic growth, that have been prioritized previously under previous leaderships.